So when it comes to wikis, they're extremely handy in terms of organizing your blocks in a very collective manner. Now, getting a wiki into another wiki, it's just not possible directly from Notion, the same way you can move other blocks into pages or databases. And what I'm doing in this video is basically show you all of my solutions, as well as giving you guys a nice clear understanding of this whole wiki complication. So let's get straight into it. And if we go into this destination wiki, and if we go into the page within the wiki, you can see you cannot turn this page inside of the wiki into another wiki. So if you were trying to get around using this method, similarly to what you would do with pages, it just won't work. And just to show you again, if we go back and we go into page to wiki, you can see this is not a page within a wiki, and we do have the option to turn it into a wiki. It's a lot of wikis. So yeah, if we just click try out, you can see this page is now a wiki. And if we go back out and we try to drag it into the destination wiki, it's just not possible. Now, you may think that you could possibly get around this by putting it into a toggle, which is one of the methods. So if we, take a toggle, and you can see we try to drag it in, it just won't work. And that's just simply because wikis are just not allowed to move around once they're in a database or in another wiki. And you can see if I take this first one, it just won't allow me to put it into the toggle. Even if you think you can get around this by creating a page, it'll still be the exact same issue. So that brings us to the solutions. And the first thing you need to do is create a page on your side panel, preferably on your private section. And you can see I've created this page here, which is wiki/dbmover. And I just have some information to kind of remind myself how they do work. So this is it right here. And you can see we have some samples here. Now, if we go back to this demo page and drag this in, you can see it allows us to put that in. Now you can see that this is moved all the way to the bottom, which usually happens when you drag a block into a page. And that's specifically why I kept this heading here. So all the wikis that I do need to move will just show up at the very bottom. Now let's just say, for example, we drag this and we try to move it into this toggle. You can see it works. And if we try to move it into this page, you can see it allows us as well. Now if I bring it over to wikis, you can see it just skips them. And that's simply again because you cannot move them into each other. Now the most important part of this video are these template buttons. And this is basically how I get around it. Now looking at this, you can clearly see that I have two variations. So first one is using toggles, second one is using a page. So what you want to do is move this into one of these. Now I'm just going to make a copy of this, and I'm going to put one inside each of them. So first one's in the toggle, and then the second one is in the page. So now I'm just going to move these into the demo page. So highlight the two of them and click the options and move. Now this page should be one of the last pages. And if we go back into our demo page, you can see that both of those blocks are in here. Now I can move these around and I can place them anywhere. And you can see I can even place them in the destination wiki and there's no issues. And that's because it doesn't realize that there's a wiki inside of these blocks. So let's drag it into that. And if we go in, you can see we can also move it around in here. We can put it next to this. There's no limitations at all. I'll take this one, put it next to it. Now toggles are the best option in terms of what you can do, because pages would mean you'd have to go inside of the page each and every time. So yeah, in terms of options, the toggle is the best option because you can take the wiki out of it and it can now live in this wiki. But unfortunately, similarly to what we went through at the beginning with the database page, this wiki cannot move anywhere at all. It needs to be within a block. However, we've achieved getting a wiki inside of a wiki, and there's many reasons why you'd want to do that. But this is the best option in getting it in. And in terms of moving wikis around, I do think creating a template button is the best way to go. And we can see that in my personal page. And this page is also a wiki. Pretty much every dashboard that I build is going to be a wiki. So yeah, you can see if we scroll down to my template buttons, I do have a wiki starter, and we'll generate a wiki here. Now the benefit of this is that you have a template button inside of your wiki, and you can always just generate wikis inside of it as well. And if you want to move one wiki that's not in here, then you just use the other method, which is using your mover page. Now you can see the benefits of this in here. I can move this toggle around and place it anywhere inside of my wiki. Now, of course, if you want to make it permanent, then similar to what I showed, then of course you can just delete the toggle again and the wiki will live here. Now you can see I can't move this into position at all because that's it. Once wikis are out, they're out. Anyway, this is extremely beneficial, and you can see it because I do the exact same for all of my pages, especially my public wiki, which I generally share with you guys so you can have a look at my templates. And this is going to be a future page that will be available in the public wiki. But as you can see, this is a wiki within a wiki within a wiki. Yeah, and it's, you know, it's really handy. Now going back to the template button for my wiki, I will be listing this on Notion Marketplace, so you'll be able to download this. It's just a simple wiki starter, and of course you can see it shows again the public section. This is just kind of my flow in terms of building a dashboard. This is an older version. I do have a newer one coming up, so I will update that. Now in terms of another template, I do have a paid one that will be coming up in the future, and this is specifically for business. It'll have all sorts in terms of client management, project management, and pretty much everything. It's what I use for my business. So unfortunately, this one will be a paid template, but I definitely recommend it, especially if you are a developer like myself and you know you're freelancing. This is really handy. It's a good way. It'll also work for anyone else as well, but more specifically, it's suitable for designers, developers, and just anyone working in that kind of space. But yeah, as you can see, wikis are a pain, and there is still one more limitation, and I really do hate this one. It's just basically on the side panel, you're not able to move wikis around again. You can literally only move a wiki above or below another wiki, and it's just a pain. Now you can see, because there are these pages just below Kingsley Media Productions, I'm not able to put it in between, but I can move it below this and in between these other two wikis, which I don't know why this limitation's there. That one really is annoying because you cannot organize your favorites. Hopefully Notion do sort this out in the near future, because I really think this is a big deal, especially for people who love using wikis. They're very beneficial, and that is actually the last part we'll go through. Of course, when you go into create a wiki, you do get this message. Now, if we go all the way back, it just kind of walks you through all the benefits. Obviously, verifying a page, that's really handy, just to make sure that whoever owns the page has verified all the details on that page is correct, which is really good when you're collaborating with people. And of course, you know, you can organize your pages with tags. And my favorite part of all is the fact that you can sort and filter and search, you know, in that specific wiki page. It doesn't have any relation to other stuff on Notion, because if you use the search that's global to Notion, it searches across all of your workspace, everything on that Notion account. Whereas with wikis, for example, this public wiki, if you were to search that, it'll just be specific to the wiki itself. As you can see, I'm using this for my Notion site. Also, any pages that are private, people won't be able to search it all. But yeah, that concludes the video. I did want to explain a little bit in terms of wikis, and I hope you do get a good understanding for wikis. I definitely recommend them. Of course, my solutions still have limitations, but overall, you're still able to get a wiki into a wiki. Now, trying to get a wiki into a database, obviously you can also put it into a toggle or a page, but unfortunately you won't be able to take it out of the toggle and make the wiki into a database page, because it doesn't make sense. If I was to think of an answer, this is the best one that I came across on Reddit, and I think this person pretty much hits the nail on the head. Hopefully Notion sort this out in the future, and we're able to navigate and move wikis more freely without limitations. But I hope the solution did help you out, and if it did, of course, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.